All right, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about navigating the American Express credit card ecosystem. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about some tips and tricks related to the business side of American Express and what you need to do before you apply for a business American Express card, as well as what you need to do once you get into their ecosystem and how you need to move from there in order to have a successful relationship with American Express. Okay, so first things first, if you want to go for an American Express card, you have to be a strong candidate. So you need to know your credit score and know your credit report. You need to know if you have any derogatory marks. You need to know, that credit age, that credit mix, how many accounts you have open, so that way you know that you're a good candidate. Now, there is another thing that we're going to do to, double check, because I always want you guys to double check, triple check, do everything you can so that you're not wasting a hard inquiry when you apply for any account. But you want to, before you even go for the account, know that you're a strong candidate for getting that account. Now, the next thing that you need to know is if you're going for a business account, and this is going to go for any financial institution across the board, whether it's a fintech, whether it's a bank, whether it's a credit union, whatever, you need to determine your business structure first, what you want your business structure to be if you're going for a business loan, as well as file your business and create a presence for your business. So for myself, I have a business website, as well as I have, the YouTube channel. I have a business address, a business phone number. You have to do all of those things kind of to set your business up so that you actually appear to be a business. Because what happens if your lender calls your business phone? Are you going to pick up and say hello, or are you going to pick up and say hello, this is John from you know cloud performance? So you want to give that presence off that you are business, you are established, and you don't necessarily have to per se be too established, but you just want them to at least see enough structure to be able to approve the application. Now, once you've created that business, the next thing you want to do is go to the American Express, for the pre-qualification, and you're going to complete that pre-qualification to kind of basically double check what you should already kind of know as far as how competitive of an applicant you are. And when you do that pre-qualification, it's going to tell you what cards you are pre-qualified for. Now, in some cases, if you're someone and your score is not very strong, remember, American Express, unless you can show, I believe it's 3 million in annual revenue to get a commercial account, a business account is going to be personal guaranteed. So if you're able to, just get your foot in the door and get a personal card and hold that for, 3 to 6 months, and develop that relationship with them, I would go that route. If you're not a super strong candidate, maybe you have a 700 score, but you have a derogatory mark on it, or, something to that effect, and you don't necessarily want to push it too hard and not get approved. If that is you, I would also say check out their charge cards versus their credit cards, because the limits on the charge cards, sometimes they'll give you a little bit more because you're supposed to be paying those cards back in full every month, and they may be willing to lend to you as a charge card holder before they're willing to lend to you as a credit card holder. So that's something where it's to each its own. You may want a credit card, you may want a charge card. I like charge cards because they kind of furnish that aspect of responsibility, just as well as when you have that charge card, you are given that foot in the door and you can build from there. So that's kind of my thing is, get that charge card and build with it. whether that be the personal or the business charge card, neither one of them is going to report utilization to your personal credit report. So that's another asset of having that charge card. Now, when you pre-qualify, I don't want you to just pre-qualify and click and apply from the pre-qualification page. Once you pre-qualify, it's going to be in American Express's system already that they pre-qualified you. Typically, if you pre-qualify and you get a good pre-qualification and it gives you a card, they are going to not only give you that pre-qualification, but they're going to kind of store that in their system in a way. So when you go back and apply, it's not going to tell you, oh, you're denied and we just pre-qualified you, 10 minutes ago. So what I recommend is finding a referral link. Reason being, if you can find a referral link, you'll get a referral bonus typically, as well as the person whose link you use will get a referral bonus. I have referral links if anyone wants to reach out or look down in the description and use one of my links, just as well as there are plenty of other YouTubers, or you may have personal family, friends, or whoever who would have a referral link that you could use in order to get that referral bonus. Now, I also say, being that now you've gotten that approval, what can you do now? Well, you can always use the American Express multiple card hack. I have a video on that where I show you how you could potentially get approved for, up to 9 American Express cards in one day. So I'll link that video below so that you guys can check that out and see how you would be able to use that once you get one approval. I would also say once you get on the business side of American Express, you are limited to the amount of credit cards and the amount of charge cards that you can have. So I would use them towards my business cards rather than towards my personal cards, being that it's usually harder with a lot of banks to get those business approvals. Business cards usually carry higher limits, just as well as business cards aren't going to affect your personal credit utilization. So you can max out a business card and it's not going to affect you on the personal side. So I always recommend, whenever I'm working with someone, if they have a business and they're using their cards for business expenses, don't commingle funds, don't use personal to pay business, vice versa. And, go more towards those business cards for building your business if that's what your true end goal is, instead of using those personal cards and bringing down your personal score and affecting your ability to obtain more business credit in the future. Now, like I said, when you stick to those business credit cards, it's going to be great for you because that utilization is not going to be reporting. If you stick to charge cards on the personal side, once again, if you're using the Amex Gold, the Amex Green, the Platinum, you're not going to get utilization reporting. It will report the balance to your personal credit score, but it's not going to report the utilization because there is no utilization for a charge card. So that's another advantage that you have, as well as American Express does have pay over time for charge cards. So there is still that kind of revolving aspect of it where it's semi like a credit card, but it's not affecting your utilization. And the last thing that I want to mention is that when you are working with American Express, remember they typically only do one hard pull for the duration of your American Express, life journey, career, whatever you want to call it. So when you're working with American Express, it's something great to think about is if you want to go back and apply for another card down the line, you're typically not going to get a hard pull. Now, there are instances where I've seen people get hard pulls where they go back and apply for cards later, but in most situations you won't. So it is an advantage that you can apply for multiple cards through American Express. And the worst thing that you can get is a denial letter because you're not going to get hit with a hard inquiry for all of those applications. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being a part of the family. If you like the video, go ahead and like it. If you want to see other videos in the future, go ahead and comment below and let me know what type of video you want to see in the future. As always, thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.